Welcome to the Planning Board meeting. The first order of business, we have the minutes from the last meeting. It's the pleasure of the board on that.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes of the meeting, of the last meeting.
Second?
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. As far as 81P, we do have one for Hayward Field.
Yeah, the Hayward Field A1P is still under development. We did have some progress with council today, but this should be ready for our July meeting.
Okay. So that will be July 14th, correct?
Yep.
All right. And then we have a site plan application and stormwater permit for, looks like 225 West Street. That's a continuation.
Yes.
Also to July 14th.
Yes.
Okay, we have a special permit extension request.
We need to vote on the continuances first, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Motion to approve the continuances to the 14th of July.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, as well.
Thank you.
It's the special permit extension request at 0 East Main Street.
Yes, sir. Attorney Knappich is here for that. Want to talk about it?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Pleasure to be before you again. For the record, Rob Knappich, counsel to Route 85 Realty Corp. And as you read, this is a request to extend the timeframe within which to act on a special permit we requested a period of 2 years. This is a special permit that was issued to construct a wholesale facility at 0 East Main Street in Milford, Massachusetts. I'm a little bit of a Johnny-come-lately to this. I'm sure you all know a lot more about the project and the prior proceedings probably than I do, but I've read the papers, I understand the zoning bylaw, and it says that if the rights under a special permit aren't exercised within a year, then they lapse. So this is a request to extend that we've asked for a period of 2 years. The special permit was issued according to the town clerk's certificate of appeal anyway, the appeal period ran through March 13th of this year. Since the special permit was issued, as I set forth in some detail in my letter, the applicant has undertaken a lot of the necessary work to actually construct the project. The special permit really authorized the use, but construction requires a lot of additional steps, including NEPA review, what we call the 401 water quality certification from DEP because of filling of wetlands, and a highway access permit from Mass DOT. The applicant did, I think, begin that process promptly upon being issued the special permit, but it all sort of takes time. The bylaw provides that you have the authority to extend the rights granted under a special permit for good cause shown. And as I set forth in my letter, I think that the timeframe required to complete those somewhat complex state permit processes is good cause. So we respectfully request that the board grant the requested extension. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to support the letter from Mr. Knappich. I mean, these folks started their process in April of last year, right after they got their approvals, and it's been going back and forth with the state up until they got their SEIR in February earlier this year. So they've been going at it this whole time, so I think there's good cause for us to grant the extension.
And I'll add that it's typical for those types of permits to take quite a long time with the state. It took us over a year to get something because of natural heritage, and so for the Godfrey
Central Street
Brook,
Bridge?
for the Godfrey Brook project. So unfortunately, that's part of the process.
Any questions from the board?
A quick question, we can answer. Is it typical for a lot of these permits to be in series like we're seeing on this? Or,
So the only one that they could have potentially applied for before they got the special permit would have been the MIPA one. And, you know, whether or not, I don't think they could have applied for any of the other ones prior to. That one, they could have, but, you know, whether or not you want to put money towards something with, you don't have the approved use
Kind
for.
of answer
makes-
that, which would make sense. You'd want to go through, get the MIPA, and this is only for my own kind of learning tool, right? Get MIPA first and then start going your traffic survey or traffic permitting and those other permits that.
Yeah, I don't think they did anything.
I'm not like,
yeah.
I'm asking for my own clarity.
When it comes to, I think when it comes to getting a permit for the use, that is the primary objective. Because that kind of lays out what you're going to apply for with everything else.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
I guess the only thing that I'm in more just to keep track of what's going on, I guess I'd be more comfortable if it were for a year, just so we know what's going forward and what's been completed or not necessarily because I'm saying they should be done or not, but I sort of like the idea that at least now we know where it is in the process and we get that update, so.
I think that's fine. We can track it during the year, and if we're approaching that one-year mark and construction still hasn't commenced, appear before you again.
You want to make that motion, Joe, or you want me to?
I'll make a motion that we provide a one-year extension.
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
Great. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Good night.
I'll print this out, send it out tomorrow.
Okay, the next order of business, we
Send this out
have,
tomorrow.
we have a site plan application for an ADU at 26 West Walnut.
Joe's motion, not for second.
Yep.
Make a motion to approve it now. What do you want to do? Make the motion to approve it. That's all bullshit.
Okay. So on the ADU?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the sewer has to go directly to the show.
It says there's arguments for 2 or 4. I say it's up to the plumbing inspector. If he wants to allow it, it's fine. That's my, again, that's only
I would.
that's my opinion.
So I would 100% agree with you, except when that came up.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
We're going
I
to,
can clarify. Stephanie Meisek, I'm the project manager.
You can
for
come
this.
up here.
Yes.
please.
Please spell your last name, Stephanie.
MYSIUK. So we haven't gotten the sewer approval yet because before we can even get any further with building, we have to go to the planning review to make sure we meet the setbacks and the parking requirements for the ADU itself. So what's up for debate right now with sewer is if we connect to the street, which would be insanely expensive because it's totally against gravity. And the chambers, we would need a lot. It would be a lot. So we are working with sewer and building to try and get the approval with them to connect to the house, but that's secondary to getting the planning approval to be able to build it.
Was there a discussion with the building inspector about signing off on something like a group understanding? So he can issue this, I believe this is the one that I had a conversation with him about.
Yep.
And legal. So he can and basically has to issue the building permit regardless of where things stand with sewer, but he was this, I don't want to tell you
Backstory.
Did you read his letter?
whose letter.
John Erickson's.
That's his email.
Backstory to this project is we submitted last year, and it got denied because we didn't have the sewer approval. So we resubmitted in the hopes that we could work through the whole process, going through planning and then building, releasing, and then working separately with sewer with engineering plans with something that they're comfortable with. So we're about 9 months in and already been denied once, but we meet all the requirements other than sewer's asking for.
Mr. Chairman, I got no problem with approving the site plan because we have to. The sewer is up to the sewer department and the building inspector. It's got nothing to do with us. Same thing with the water.
Right. The point of,
Do we have a second? Because we have to?
Was that in the form of a motion, babe? I thought it-
No, I
I'm not
just,
sure it was.
I will, and I will if you want. I just, if somebody else wants to, I'll make the motion that we approve it, and then we can have the discussion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Further discussion on
I
this?
certainly would like to hear from the town planner, but obviously I prefer to hear from the town planner, and then I can ask my questions from his letter.
Sure, so in my letter, the existing livable space is 1,804 square feet, so the ADU of 900 square feet is legitimate. Talked about the independent sewer line. The one thing about the plan is the parking space is not shown on the plan.
So the driveway as it exists can house 6 cars. So the way that it's laid out is that the ADU is at the far back of the driveway, and there's 2 dedicated spots that go beyond where the garage is underneath the house, so it'll be out of the way of parking for the existing home and allow parking for the ADU.
I could see it on the aerial.
yeah, but if you can see it on the aerial,
Yeah, I can see it on the aerial, but it's not shown. That's my one question there.
I just think it does need to be shown on the,
I can certainly have engineering redo the plan to show the driveway and the dedicated spots.
The other thing,
yeah, I can't tell you that you can fit 6 cars by looking at the aerial.
right, correct.
So we need 1 parking spot for the ADU, which we do have no matter what. We just.
Right, but you need it in addition to what you need for the,
Which is 2 parking spaces for the main house.
2 per unit for the main house.
2 per unit.
2 per unit for the main house.
Okay.
So it's an existing 2-family, correct?
No, it's a single family.
Oh, so then, yes.
That's why, sorry, if I was like trying to read through my
I just
mind what the unit might be.
That straightens things out.
It's a single family home.
So you need a total of 3 spaces. Okay, I was
Yes.
confused because somebody said 6.
You just made my face get.
3,
So I certainly have no problem getting engineering to redo a plan that shows the driveway to submit, but we definitely do have adequate parking for both.
is
And a
there,
dedicated space for it.
Yes,
is there a garage underneath the?
yes, there is a 1-car garage underneath the existing home as well. And that's, the pull off for that is separate from the
then-
main
That's 6
drive.
parking spaces.
Okay.
Downstairs, 6 parking spaces.
Well, that's what got me confused is why are we talking about 6? If we only need 3 parking,
Yes, sorry, so what I was trying to, we have enough room for 6 cars comfortably in the existing driveway as it stands right now. We have a dedicated space that's separate off to the side, doesn't interfere with any of the travel of the main house. No.
You guys don't have to move your car to let the ADU tenant's car get out?
No, just the way that the end of the driveway is, it opens up.
I guess it,
That's all I'd really want to see. I mean, I'm
On
sure
the
there's enough
plan.
space, but I'd like to be able to make sure that that the plan shows that there's adequate access to get around,
Yeah,
that
that's
we
not
don't
a
have.
problem.
Okay.
In addition to that, the property is in the RA zone, so there's an open space requirement for 2,000 square feet per dwelling unit. So the ADU is neat, so there should be 4,000 square feet of open space, so we need that calculation on the plan, if that's possible. If it isn't, then we need to see it.
Sure.
So,
Okay, any other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, and based on that, does that, when you say open space, does that include, like, impervious surfaces or not?
Does not.
No building or pavement.
Lawn.
So basically lawn.
Yep, that's right, yeah, so I just wanted to be clear on that.
It's 10,555 square feet minus 4,000. We just need to show the 4,000 somewhere up, at least in the calculation.
Yep.
And that's, again, it goes back to being a requirement, correct?
Yes.
You seem to have a very good understanding of these things.
I would probably be fired if I didn't.
I thought you were the homeowner.
No,
Oh, pardon me.
my boss actually owns the home and I'm managing all of it. So I work for a construction company separate.
Got it.
Yeah. So. The ADUs are the easier of some of our projects at this point.
It's the pleasure of the board.
So do you think you could see 4,000 square feet of open space on the property?
I do. I think even after the ADU, between the front and maybe what's left of the existing backyard after the ADU, I do think there's adequate space.
Without being able to calculate it, I would think probably. I mean, I could, you want me to calculate it right now?
Please.
All right. I'd like to see that.
Can we just do the approval subject to the provision of the plan showing the parking and the calculation for the open space?
Yeah. That's what I
And that
said.
way they can just submit it and,
Quick question on that, I guess, you know, it goes away from us, right? Like, if we ask for that, then who's the next approver of that,
Building inspector.
right, to make sure, so.
He's the one who's supposed to make sure there's a parking space.
Right, I realize that. So I guess we've done this a few times. I'm still not comfortable with it. I'd rather see approved plans come in to us. I'd rather something like this get continued and have an approved plan with the questions that our town planner has proposed and the parking. So just, that is my opinion. I'm not against it overall. I just think that there are certain aspects that are missing off this plans, and I'd rather see a complete plan and without having to motion for with contingencies to it.
We also have review criteria in our bylaw, and I can read these and we can comment on them if we wish. Internal circulation and egress of such safety is protected and access via minor streets servicing single-family homes are minimized. I don't think there's an issue there. Visibility of parking areas from public ways. Again, that's the existing driveway. Adequate access to each structure for fire service equipment is provided. I think so. The fire truck can get into the driveway. Utility and drainage for the land in which the site review is sought will be adequate. Fire provisions are meeting all applicable regulations provided. There's no changes to that, I don't think. Utility and drainage. Major topographical changes or removal of existing trees are minimized. Are there any trees being taken down on that?
There may be one smaller, more like a sapling, but nothing substantial.
Trees.
I printed out a view from the driveway from Google Earth where you can see where the tree line actually is in the backyard, and the ADU will sit to the right of that.
Okay. And, budding or existing residential districts, effective use, estimated topography, landscaping, and building placement to maintain to the degree feasible character of the neighborhood, lighting, parking areas to avoid glare on adjoining properties. I'm not asking for it, but is there a fence that's going to go in or anything as part of
There's
this?
an existing fence that separates this property from the neighbor's property
Okay, great.
already, but if we need to do upgrades to that fence, we're not opposed to it.
I don't think that's something we can ask for. I was just curious. Lighting of parking areas to avoid glare. There's not going to be floodlights or anything pointed at the neighbors, so
No.
those are the criteria the planning board to consider as part of their.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
4,000's closer than I thought, but it's there.
Thank you.
In the other packet, was there a letter from the water
Pretty
department?
close, but
Just eliminate two parking spaces.
It's an email. Miss it? It's not in here.
If they can definitely get it down. Just based on, from the aerial, it's a lot tighter than I thought it was gonna be, but, and I'm just estimating where the, I don't know where the actual ADU is, so,
Maybe tuck in the back.
yeah, how many's 25 by 35?
I guess, yeah, one other thing is, matter of logistics is obviously the letter from the water department says a dedicated water line. It's not shown on the print. So, just, to me, there's multiple incompletes, parking, water line.
So the water line is
So-
separate with the water department because we're working with them as
Yeah.
well on the tie-in to the house.
Yeah.
So they will show us where we have to go.
According to the letter we got, it says it has to be a dedicated water line coming from the street.
Okay, we have not been shared
So-
those letters from either sewer or water that you've talked about today, so this is news to me. Certainly don't mind doing that, but we will have to have a
Yeah.
conversation with them as well too, because the ADUs are protected.
I don't think they're proposing to put in a well, so they get water somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was just pointing out the letter, the email from John Erickson, which was, I must have read that before, and I don't know if you've seen that. And I think it's important, while I agree we can't hold them up, I think it's important for them to understand that the building inspector can not issue a,
We do understand you can't issue the permit without sewer and water approvals. We definitely-
so it's very specific. He cannot issue the building permit if you don't have an approved water tie-in. But he can't issue the certificate of occupancy until the sewer
It's connected.
is approved.
Okay.
So just because, I just want to make sure that it's clear that you can get a building permit and still not be able to get a certificate of occupancy.
Okay.
So it's in your best interest to make sure that you're going to be able to tie into the sewer before you start building.
Yes, yes, one, absolutely.
Idea. Good advice.
That's the only reason that I think it makes any sense for this stuff to come in front of us, is because
Right, that was the main thing. Well, I think the one other thing was we wanted to have some sort of record here in this office of where did the sewer go and where does the water go, at least show it on the plan so we had an idea of where it was.
at least are proposed, yeah.
Yeah. And, well, and to some level, having a letter from either one of those boards saying, yeah, it's going to be something like this or not. You know, just so we have some sort of record of it within the office here. Because if water's going to require it to be a separate connection, then I'd like to, at least know and have it shown on the plan. And, I mean, there was a reason why sewer wanted it to go out, wanted all the connections out into the street, and the fact that it's going to be expensive,
So,
to me, isn't an issue with sewer. They said they were going to have separate connections.
and I know you referenced that it's in the plumbing code, that they're the ones that have to deal with it. Well, we had a situation where somebody did put a sewer from one building to the other, and the sewer department would not sign off on, I'm just letting you know, wouldn't sign off on this,
They don't have to sign off.
well, apparently the building department
Well,
thinks they do.
evidently, that's why I say, we don't need this, let them argue with them. I could care
That's
less.
fine, but I think it's helpful.
Again, Joe likes the thing, I don't like this thing, it's a rubber stamp joke.
Well, again, I'd like to have the plans at least in the department that are correct. I know we can't necessarily turn them down, but I'd at least like to have plans in front that actually show what's going to be done.
Okay, so the issue is whether it's required to have a separate tie-in, right?
No.
Well, that's,
Well, it depends on,
John Erickson
That's his thing.
That's not part of our review criteria.
okay,
It's just something that we've asked to be on the plans.
okay.
Yeah, something that we've asked to be on the plans. I mean, we have no say one way or another. I'm just looking at it to say, I'd at least like a complete plan that has some, and again, I'm not looking for a designed, whole thing that it's perfect, or I'd like to know, is the sewer going to look like this, or is it going to go out to the street? Is the water going to be approximately here, or is it going to be out the back somewhere like that? Just so there's some record of where it was supposed to go in.
What does the owner want?
So we'd like to tie into the house.
Okay.
And the reason, there's a few reasons for that. One is because for us as a builder, it makes sense. Two, because of where the property sits and the elevation of the street versus the ADU. If we were to bring it up, we're blowing up the driveway, we're going down at least 7, 8 feet, even to be able to run the pipe back to the ADU. You're gonna need a pump chamber, there's a lot of work that goes into it that's not just, it's blowing up half the property.
So that's both, right? Water and sewer?
If we do, yes,
Okay.
and they have to be 10 feet apart, so I'm not only blowing up the driveway, I'm now going into the yard that's butting right up to the existing home, so.
Okay, what's the hardship of showing that on the plan?
Showing, we just haven't got that far with the sewer department or the water department on which way they're gonna let us go yet, so that's the only reason.
Sure.
The plan, the engineering
Sounds like the
plans are
chicken and
very
the egg.
extensive.
Sure, sure, the plan.
But there's no, right. So normally, when we have a site plan, we have a little more control over what we approve. So, because your regulations for site plans,
Back to the joke.
your regulations for site plans allow you to wait until you have sewer approval to approve the site plan. But the way that the ADU law is written, and the way that our zoning bylaw for site plan review of ADUs is written, it basically says you can't ask for any of that stuff that you normally ask for. You can only look at this very narrow
Parking space.
parking space. Yeah, it's not, there's really, that's the zoning bylaw, which was written the way it was because of the state law, and they wouldn't approve the zoning bylaw allowing us to review it as a regular site plan. So it does feel like the chicken and the egg, but in this particular case, we don't have anything to do with
We don't control the chicken
whichever
or the
one
egg.
comes, whichever one came second. We can only deal with the parking space, the open space, and even that is a little bit of a stretch. There's just not really much for us to do, which is why there was an attempt to just take it out of our hands altogether. Does that make sense?
I think so. So there's a plan in front of us. What's the pleasure of the board?
I made the motion.
Who seconded it?
We have a second?
I did.
Yeah, you said
You
it.
made
Okay.
it, I think I did, yeah. So was to approve it subject to, right?
Subject to
Subject
putting
to,
the parking spaces in.
but not the water.
So it's up to they're gonna fight
I'm
this.
not asking about
No,
the
I'm
sewer,
just
I'm
saying.
asking about the water.
I'm not asking about
Because
just a parking space, that's all.
And the open space calculation.
Yes.
If I understand
Yeah.
things right, though, I think we do remember that it's not that comfortable with the motion. on the
that's
floor.
what, I just wanted to make sure that that the fact that the water department is looking for a separate service, that we don't, do you want to approve it subject to that? Do you want, I know-
My motion doesn't,
We are happy to provide the engineering plans the second that they're done to planning. I will walk them in myself, so everyone has everything. Because we don't want to keep anyone in the dark. That's not what we're trying to do. It's just,
I just want to, yeah, I just want to make sure that Matt or I don't release something that you don't want us to as a board. That's all.
I can't imagine that happening.
Well, it can if we're confused about what we're,
this is why I don't want a site plan that we gotta approve anyway. We're spending all this time wasting our time on it. And this is why Let's move. Let's vote.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Opposed? 4 in favor, 1 opposed.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
See you soon.
Into the Attorney General's office. There's no reason why,
Bye.
Good night.
you know, people can't put in plans that actually show what they're doing for these goddamn things. It's just a joke.
I agree. I agree with you.
Okay, next order of business, ZBA referral, 5355 Congress Street.
Yes, sir. So, what we have here is a pre-existing non-conforming situation, which is a two-family with a business that used to be a dentist's office. The dentist's office has been vacant for quite some time, but according to the building inspector, not abandoned. So, anyway, so what this is this is to convert the business use into a residential use. So what we need to see is 6 parking spaces. And my concern with the plan is the 2 spaces on Congress Street, right at the intersection of Spruce and Congress Street. I know that's a heavy foot traffic for school kids getting out of school.
Yeah.
And it's right on the corner of, I don't know about car counts, but it seems to be pretty busy during the day. So all they need are the 6 spaces in the back, 2 per unit for the 3-family. So my recommendation would be to recommend a favorable report to the ZBA with the condition that the 2 parking spaces on Congress Street be removed from the plan.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
imagine
one and
people.
2 are not safe.
I'm trying to figure out how you get into number 1.
Yeah.
Well, you need
And there's a sidewalk right there, too.
You need a curb cut.
Yeah.
There's a sidewalk, right? Yeah.
There's no reason why we should have a
I
curb cut
couldn't
that's
agree
that
with you
wide
more on
either.
that. Like all of us, I go through that intersection a lot during school hours. I'm sure the rest of the members do.
What qualifies as an abandoned
2 years of not using it.
2 years of not using that?
Yeah.
And that is in state law or?
I think so. Yeah.
It's probably state.
I think it's both.
I think it might be in our zoning, but yeah, no.
Does anybody remember when it was last a dentist office?
Yeah,
That one?
that was a lawyer.
1983.
That was, what's his name's lawyer's office too, was Alan, what's his name?
Did you go there, Dave? No, just-
No, I knew the lawyer that was there before.
Any
that owned-
concerns with
that owned
parking
the property.
spots, 5, 6, 7, 8
What's
being
his
in
name?
gravel?
Alan Johnson was across the street,
No.
but I don't know who was in this one.
Any concerns with parking spots, 5, 6, 7, 8 being on gravel, not on impervious?
No, it's actually, I mean, in theory, it's worse to put down
I
pavement.
realize that, but I just wasn't sure requirement-wise if it needed it, because
not.
again,
You can have a gravel driveway.
Yeah.
How do you plow a gravel driveway?
You don't.
Carefully.
You can, you just have to fix it every year, that's all.
What kind of gravel you put down?
and then, I just have a question, parking lot, or parking spot 3 also seems kind of just like placed there in order to get to the numbers.
I pretty firmly believe that if you're going to approve, if they're going to have 3 there, then I don't want them putting any other spaces. They'll figure it out. I think the parking spaces are the least of your issue there.
Realize, but.
Yeah, they're just showing, I mean, that shouldn't be there, really.
Right.
There's a
They're going to park there if there's not enough room,
And this is, but if we
can't
tell them,
police it.
this is, if we tell them they can't have that space, then they're gonna show the space out front, and I don't want the space out front, so I'm happy to accept the space in the back. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I make a motion that we send a approval to the zoning board with the stipulation that they remove parking spaces 1 and 2 for safety reasons.
Second.
All right, any other discussion? All right. Let's have a vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
All right. In favor. That's unanimous. Any status on the zoning bylaw amendments?
Nothing today, sir, but I am curious why we have a member of our audience here.
This is the reason I'm here.
On zoning
is that
bylaw.
amendment. When I was reading the plan over,
What is your name and
Janet
address?
Carboni, 461 East Main Street.
61 East Main, thank you.
When I was reading it over, and it said one use for the distribution facilities needs further clarification, as our bylaw only has a warehouse definition. Fitness centers are absent from the bylaw, and this is the one that I'm really concerned about, is data storage centers.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want that. And then I don't want that to be in there.
And that's something I've been looking into, is
I've got-
some towns have
I've
been...
got tons of research here that I could go over, because I think that, especially where I live, which is across the street from 0 East Main Street, I wouldn't want it over there in any way, or in our town at all.
So some towns have been putting moratoriums up until these regulations are finalized. The regulations for the state are supposed to be finalized this summer. I've heard that before. It might be pushed back, but a lot of towns are putting like 1 to 2 year moratoriums so the towns can put their own regulations forward. That might be something we want to explore for the fall. Because these things, I mean, the power that they demand is astounding.
Yeah.
And having the capacity with any of our electrical lines, I'd be shocked if we even have it. I don't know if we could support a lot of large-scale solar arrays.
The water
So-
is also a major issue.
Right,
Because
another big one.
it is constantly coming and heating over, and you need to cool it constantly. So the water
They
level,
don't run the same water through? and-
No, they use chillers, they don't use water. They use the water over.
Okay,
They
so
have,
the same water
they have
gets
glycol,
recycled
they got
through over-
glycol, right? Yeah,
It does.
all the ones I know that they use glycol.
It does require, depending on the design, it does require an exorbitant amount of water for cooling, so.
I've been reading that it says that it can take up to,
Well, do you know how
Good.
much
let's
the,
see, 5 million gallons of water daily.
Yeah, so it can. It depends on
Yeah.
the technology, but it is.
I don't know if we want to-
It's been-
What?
5
I've seen
million
use,
gallons a day.
That's going to be a problem. I got to water my vegetable garden.
I know, I can't go outside.
you're not allowed to water your vegetable
Yes,
garden.
I am.
Yeah, vegetable
I'm doing it. I'm doing it using my rain barrels.
Oh, good boy.
And I think I'm going to sell water back to the town.
I was just here to express my feelings about it, only because I've been reading a lot and watching a few things on TV about it, and I want you guys to please.
Thank you.
The biggest thing that
Hear me.
I'm sure I'm worried about, the rest of the board, is water. Absolutely.
Good. I just wanted somebody from the town to also say it. Thank you. I'm alone, honestly.
Well, good for you.
I sat through it. and
For the time being.
It was very important to me to come tonight for that.
Well, thank you for your input.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate your input and interest in this important topic.
Yes, extremely important.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on the food truck bylaw?
Same place we, yeah. So, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, this just came up recently because a food truck festival was canceled in town. It's basically interpretation from the building commissioner. So this is prompting us, we need a food truck bylaw, like, right away. And having met previously with Joe and Chris, the path seems to be making it a general bylaw, so it's under the control of the select board, and keeping our zoning bylaw in place to handle those fixed locations only, and have the select board handle the mobile ones. That's kind of the path we're leaning towards,
Yeah.
but.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
That makes good sense.
Yeah, Matt had contacted me. I said, host the notes from the multiple meetings. But again, you know, as Matt just explained, what we thought was going to be a zoning bylaw really is probably not going to change. If anything, maybe a small modification to our zoning bylaw. The Board of Health takes care of the food service side, and realistically, this will go to a bylaw, which will probably be the select board,
Yeah.
and have them oversee
General
it from the permitting aspect of it. So more conversation to have, but again, based on our kind of meetings that it's really not a zoning bylaw issue, that it becomes a bylaw issue.
When we say mobile locations, what does that mean?
Yes.
The
yeah,
definition to the Board of Health was mobile food establishments. That's their call.
The reason it started is the taco wagon set up permanently. They had their own
I understand.
electrical connection and all
But the
that.
best burritos ever.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I think our intent was, if it's such that it's going to be there permanently and we need to monitor it for parking and layout and whatever, mobile where somebody's going to just put it there, no connections, no hookups, it's not a permanent type situation, that goes to the select board. But if someone wants to use a truck as effectively a building, which they could do, then it should come to us. That's my
Okay.
That makes sense.
basic
I just wanted to make sure
thought process.
we weren't,
Makes a lot of sense.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't confusing mobile with continuing to drive around.
Yeah, the ice cream
That's
truck
all.
thing.
The ice cream
Moving
truck.
continuously and
exactly.
seasonally through town.
Yeah, and
Ice
that,
cream
again,
truck.
that's why that needs to get to the selectmen and not us, because we don't want to be dealing with the ice cream truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Anything else on zoning?
No, I've been thinking about those burritos now.
Can you hold that thought and talk about the comprehensive plan implementation committee?
Yes, sir. So I fixed up the charge. One of the things we talked about was having each board and commission and committee attempt to nominate a delegate for consideration of appointment by the planning board. I added that language to make it clear, so that we're not just appointing people off of their boards. They have to nominate someone for consideration. And what else did I add? Oh, and then I added the line, members with 3 consecutive absences may be subject to removal from the committee by the planning board.
Consecutive?
Yeah, 3 consecutive. That's standard for a lot of boards and commissions. 3 consecutive, so.
That's missing a lot of time, even
Yeah.
three meetings being missed.
Yeah. Brandon, yours.
Yeah, this,
Kind of,
Can we just say
like that
missing
idea.
3 meetings?
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be consecutive, just
I was lucky I could Zoom if I had.
cause a hardship.
Well, it's May.
yeah, right, may be subject.
Yeah.
Sir,
It just sits it out there so that if you, I would hope that whoever is on the thing would make, judgments as to, what's going on.
Yeah,
right.
but something like the comprehensive plan, you'd think that you'd want some dedicated committee members,
Right.
And maybe, we have members that are multitasking, doing 2 or 3 different committees, and that kind of would water this down.
Being on other committees in town, that may be a tough road to hoe.
Right.
Just throwing it out there, I don't, again,
Yeah. I'm not.
it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be on the top of a lot of people's lists of meetings they have to attend.
Right.
If we can find people to do it, that'll be great, but you're gonna need to allow for some level of the fact that at times people are gonna be missing the meetings.
Yeah.
I get elected
As long
by
as the
the
word is
people,
made.
and the people got to throw me out. This is the way I look at it.
Okay, I just had a problem with the word consecutive.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I had. I think if you miss 3 meetings,
Per year?
yeah, and I'm okay with having the wiggle room may, is fine too.
May has to be in there, in my opinion.
Yeah, members with 3 absences per year may be subject to removal from the
I would be
committee.
happy with that.
I don't think it's legal.
Well, I think you're gonna, you may get into, there's a fixed number of people that are gonna be available for these positions,
Right.
and you're going to get into a situation where if you really wanted to put it down, you're gonna end up having a revolving door. Oh, he missed 3, she missed 3, okay, we're into the 3rd one from, each board's making a record, they only have so many people. You're gonna go around and around.
you start
The
missing
word
3
may
meetings.
needs to be in there because I think we're going to get ourselves in trouble, let's put it
Couldn't
that
get
way.
people to run for the position. You're going to throw them out?
But you're not a viable person if you're missing 3 meetings anyways. You've lost a lot of the pertinent information. I think that's what we're getting at. So I realize that there is a concern for people running for these positions or nominating for these positions. But again, if they're a token person that's on a board so they can throw it on their resume and they show up once or twice a year, then
Yeah,
what sort of usefulness are they providing to that
yeah,
committee?
I think
So
you're gonna need
again,
to-
it's a slippery slope. I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but I think we also got to, let's try to open it up and promote it to people to be on these boards.
It's a problem we haven't had. I mean, this is one of the better boards for people.
For attendance, really.
I mean, I think you're going to have to see how this plays out and how active it can actually be or not be. I mean, the other thing that we're facing is
I want to be here.
there isn't a lot of spare money hanging around the town right now this year and going into next year. So what's available for the comprehensive plan and what kind of changes can be made are probably going to be severely limited. So having meetings may not be all that important right now or not. So, but I mean, that's something that you need to face. You've got to look at the situation that we're in. I mean, I have no problem with it either way as long as it says may, because I think we're going to need to evaluate whether you really want to take somebody off or not and what the reasoning is.
Right,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, with the word may in there, I'm good.
okay. Good. Okay, so am I getting rid of consecutive or not?
Like I said, I'm fine with either one.
Yeah. I don't feel strong.
Okay, does that include also the planning board? I mean, are we having?
Why don't you straw vote this?
What's the
Wants
plan? How many
consecutive
members
hours.
are we having from the planning?
Just one.
board? Just one, okay.
Who wants it in?
Oh, you said, I thought, okay, ask again, start at the beginning.
Who wants to keep consecutive in?
Not me.
So,
Who wants to take consecutive out?
so yeah, remove the consecutive.
Okay,
You're good.
all right,
Take consecutive
all
out.
right. Awesome.
Sound like Dino now, the straw votes.
Just trying to help out my boy Matt
Move
here.
it along, very good, thank you.
Okay. All right. So anything, is there a draft that we need to review, or is it?
That's the
we're gonna
draft.
wait?
That's what we
Okay.
just reviewed.
Great. Planning board rules and regs?
Council has not looked at these yet. They've been floating around his inbox since, I think, February, so. But this is, it's.
There's been a lot of, in fairness, there really has been a lot going on.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I've been talking to him about so many different things. But I do need to
Just
bump
what
this up
we
a
are.
little bit, because it's right in our bylaws, say the planning board should adopt rules and regulations, so that's what this is.
We had two, don't we? Don't we have an extra one on retainer?
Yeah.
Sure, I understand all of that.
Okay.
Just
Light a fire.
curious,
Chris?
was there anything, did we, or discuss anything about a deadline, from a timing standpoint to submit, materials, submissions or materials for review and considerations before our meetings? So that way, if the planning department got materials before the close of business, before a meeting on a Tuesday night, and you submit it to us. So what I'm hoping for is, should we institute some sort of deadline, 24 hours before the scheduled meeting, to that it has to be submitted to the planning board, or excuse me, the planning and engineering office, and that way it gives them time to distribute it out to us for review, as opposed to something that comes in at the 11th hour, you read it into record for us, but we really haven't had a chance to fully review it.
I brought this up when I first started here, and I was hoping to set a deadline of either Thursday or the Friday before the meeting.
So
I certainly would be in favor of that.
my only 2 cents would be that sometimes I don't get to reviewing something until pretty close to the meeting. And, you know, if it's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to get revised, then I would agree entirely. But if it's, you know, relatively minor, I guess, are you guys open to, is the board open to some leeway to that?
I think I was more focused on submissions from the outside coming in and less about letters from the two of you and recommendations.
So
You're talking about like the
late
ZBA
coming
thing?
in equals also challenging the staff to review it
Right.
before our meeting.
That's my point.
It's like
Yeah.
the ZBA referral we just got. I got it on Thursday. And I'm like, we're not going to hold a meeting till July on this, so we need to review it right away. So I didn't have my letter ready for your packets. I think that's one of the things you're kind of talking about here. But I had it ready for
Yeah,
tonight.
that one, we have no choice. I
Right.
mean, those we have no choice, and the others, I don't think we've had an issue. I mean, if stuff has come in and staff hasn't had a chance to look at it, we've said, okay, continue it to the next one, or we're going to turn it down because it didn't come in time. We've never had an issue with that. So I wouldn't put it in, because then it sort of gives the connotation that if it does make it, that means we should have reviewed it, and maybe for whatever reason, we couldn't or not. So I'd rather just leave it the way it is. If it comes in, staff can't review it, we don't have a letter in front of us, then they either ask for a continuance or we turn it down because the information's not there.
We have a time frame anyway.
We have a general time frame in anything we have to have, but once we get into the continuances, we're up in the air. We're somewhat at their mercy, but they're also at ours, and we have every reason to say no. Just say, no, I'm turning it down, the information wasn't here.
I'm just going to tell you that if there's a time frame in there, it puts a lot more pressure on me to have to look at things sooner. Because if I have comments, like, and sometimes they're not huge comments, but, you know, something that you guys should probably see, like, I just don't want to.
Yeah, I think my point is I guess missed here, because I'm not talking about your comments. I'm talking about a plan that comes in that has not been included in the packet, right? So ABC Construction submits a plan on Tuesday morning to you guys. You know, I understand that you still need to review it and you will talk, but us as planning board members, if we get that plan at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for a 7 o'clock meeting, we are not going to have ample time to look at the plan. I'm not saying letters.
I understand, but what if I don't look at the stormwater until Monday?
It's mute.
Then I give them their comments
Yep.
for 225 is a perfect
Right.
example. I was looking at the stormwater on Monday.
Yeah.
If they had held the meeting today, they would have had to make all of those changes on Monday night,
Right.
Tuesday morning, and then they would have had a revised plan in front of you. It's not,
That's what I'm saying. It's pushing it too fast, right? Let them ask for the continuance then.
So that's what I've been asking them. I asked them for the continuance when I'm setting the agenda.
Right.
So, and I'm setting it either Thursdays or sometimes Fridays.
and I think they agreed to it on this particular occasion because they're being held up by conservation anyway.
Right.
But, and it, based on my review from Monday, it may get held up a little bit longer. But they're going to look at me and say, well, she didn't get me the comments until Monday night. How am I supposed to have a revised plan to you last Thursday? I know that's what they're going to say because that's exactly what I have said to people.
Chris, first of all, if it comes in on a Tuesday, we don't have to touch it because the agenda goes out
Yeah.
before, and if it's not on the agenda, we
Not
don't
that it's
look
not
at
on
it.
the agenda, it's
Revised. You're talking about
materials within an agenda item.
Then you, like Joe says, we haven't looked at it, I'm not comfortable with it, you're not comfortable with it, continue it. If you don't want to continue it, then no, you're shut down. That's simple. You don't have to make rules, just do it.
Decision on the floor.
I think it's a good, it's something that I think Matt has been pretty good about telling people you really need to have it in, like he said, he's getting in touch with people before he sends out the agenda. I think that's the,
Yeah, that should be the mechanism.
That's an
And even then,
appropriate-
that's not a promise. I mean, that's, you know, you take,
Exactly.
you know, you need to get it in at least by this amount to give us adequate time. That's not to say we will or won't. And then we'll just go with it from there.
Sounds like
But I
a
think
rule.
I think it's up to us.
exactly, but it's a rule that you can,
No, rules are in writing.
Right. And I think this
well,
is
then it's
more-
not a rule.
It said it sounds like a rule.
It's too many.
I'm just saying.
Too many rules. You rule yourself to
No,
death.
I feel like, you know, hey, every time I bring this up, it always seems to be a fight with other boards, and I just find it very funny that then eventually everybody comes around and realizes that it's a necessity. So it's just something that, again, I've implemented on other boards that I'm on. It's worked well. I'll bring it up to this board. If this board chooses not to set ground rules, that's okay.
You'll be ready to say, I told you so?
Maybe.
So we get the package ahead of time, not necessarily the day of the meeting.
Right.
I send it out before the
So
weekend.
is that adequate enough time? Like if we have it 3 days prior?
That I'm okay with, yes.
Okay.
And Matt's been wonderful with that.
Right,
I'm just
okay.
saying, if something were to change from the first submission on Thursday
Okay,
to Tuesday's
changes.
meeting.
I see what
right?
you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
seen it too many times.
Sometimes when I get something in digitally, I'll send it to you guys on the Monday or Tuesday, so it's not just showing up at the meeting.
Yeah,
No, You're very good about sending us.
very good.
Where did we end up
What?
on that issue?
It's just a matter of whether or not Matt knows what he's doing with the, I don't,
I don't,
Aren't you gonna
I
take
don't,
it?
I
I don't-
haven't had a tally. Aren't you gonna take the tally? I haven't had an issue, I've never had a problem saying, this didn't come in soon enough for us to do something,
Something else.
you know, so I don't see the need for it based on where we are.
I don't either.
he doesn't need a straw vote because he's got a loud mouth and is more than happy to make sure everybody knows what he's thinking.
What it is. It is what it is. Your voice carries pretty well.
It's meant to.
Okay,
Yeah.
satisfied?
I think we're good.
Should we?
I voiced my opinion.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, so let's, any more on this subject, or should we move on?
Yeah, town engineer, I haven't asked you at all in the walls.
Oh, up at Beaver Street? When did I haven't been up there, I haven't been up there this week. I will make sure I go up there. I think I went there last week. But yeah, they were moving along. Was I there? I don't
Why'd you grit your teeth when you said that?
Well, I will tell you, they moved.
They were moving along.
They moved the big problem actually with that came up afterwards was the whole no right turn sign. People were turning right, which I had no idea how often people go the wrong way on one-way roads. 2-3 times a week on Central Street. 2-3 times a week. What? That's insanity. I had no idea. So, happens all the time over on Beaver Street, especially when they
In
read
the section of Central Street near Maine?
2-3 times a week.
People go the wrong way?
2-3 times a week. I was behind, I wasn't behind a guy, I was in front of a guy because he was going the wrong way on on North Bow Street, which is, I will say, is confusing because part of it's not one way and then all of a sudden it turns to one. But the guy is following the trash guy who is going the wrong way, which obviously he has to go the wrong way because he has to pick up on the right side with the way that, so, but when I told the guy, and I told him I was like, do you realize this is a one-way road? And he's like, well, why is he going this way? I'm like,
It's a fair question.
seriously?
Person could kind of.
Anyway,
Big question.
so there was a lot of people coming, it's,
Right away.
there were some people coming out of the site, and I almost did it myself, to be honest, because you come in that way, and I had to go out that end of town, and I made a very funny-looking left-hand turn, because I started going right, and I was like, oh, wait, I can't.
So there is a sign there now saying no right turn?
There was always a sign, but they've relocated the sign across the street from the driveway, so it's a little more visible. I think he put a one-way sign underneath it as well, and I think it was Scott Crisafulli that recommended putting a do not enter wrong way or something like that on one of the posts as you're going. So that actually has been the most helpful because there's plenty of people that are taking a left out of the driveway at McDonald's. Taking a right, out of the driveway of McDonald's that comes out onto Beaver and coming down and don't realize they're going the wrong way. So,
Constantly.
Was that ever considered for two-way? No?
Constantly.
we're actively working on it, but it's gonna take quite a bit of time.
Okay.
But it is something.
Decades?
It's been decades.
It has been decades, but I'm feeling slightly optimistic.
Good.
I will check in on the wall again.
Any other updates from town engineer? Okay. Town planner updates?
I was going to bring up data centers, but our resident already did. I was going to mention that there's moratoriums, but I've already said that. So.
Yeah, they do sound problematic.
Good input, David.
Should you check with legal on the moratorium thing? Is that something?
State.
The city of Lowell just adopted one, and a couple other small towns are starting to do it. So the city doesn't have to wait till town meeting, so they just did it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we would have to do it at town meeting.
Well,
When can we start doing stuff?
I don't know if the selectmen could possibly do it, but we can't do it unless it's town meeting.
It has to go into the zoning bylaws, so it's town meeting.
And that means it can't be till town meeting.
Right.
When can we start doing stuff for town meeting?
You could send it whenever. and they can-
So there's
You have to open the
Can't
warrant.
have the
Yeah.
public hearing more than 6 months, which we're closing in on that now.
right. It's
I would say we should try to get on some of this stuff so we're not.
Yeah, we're
Jammed
under
up at
now,
the
it's
end.
October.
yep.
Yeah, because we don't want, again, the worst thing in the world is I hate voting on a zoning bylaw change 2 weeks before the town meeting.
Right.
That's,
I'm anticipating holding public hearings the first meeting in September. So we
I'm
get
sorry,
to
first meeting in September.
So we have.
I would suggest earlier.
no. If we discuss it before the town, before the public hearings, so the public hearings, once it's in, you can't, it's a joke because you can't change it.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I want to see the discussion before the public hearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can make sure that what goes into the thing for the public hearing,
Because that's like the food truck bylaw, for example. I think there's going to be people that may want to come and talk about it.
And you're not going to be in July and August.
Correct.
So.
No, he is going to be here August because it's on his birthday,
What did we change August to?
11th.
I don't know if I'm being,
I'm there.
if I'll be here August, September could be a problem, I'm not sure.
that's 2 weeks.
I have to have my hip redone.
Oh, do you?
Oh, man, really?
Going back to hybrid.
I'm going, well, hopefully if things work out, I think I can make the August one. when did we say August?
11th.
August 11th.
August the 11th.
I'm scheduled, right now, I'm scheduled for the 13th. So I might be back, I might miss the first one in
A
September.
cake for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm back after that.
Better be made of air.
4 months.
When are you away, Joe? From when to when?
Scheduled for the 13th, August.
To come back?
Every time you
No,
take
for the surgery.
Oh,
a shot,
is there
they
any,
get into the hospital or something. You gotta tell your name and
any consideration to move it up a week to the 4th, or August 4th?
Well, I should be okay.
For you, or, but to avoid birthdays and all that,
Don't worry about his birthday.
Of
course it is. you know?
Yeah, it's worse if you move it up to the 4th. It's my mother's birthday.
The 11th it is.
All right. Okay, chairman updates, I have none. Any member updates? Okay. Next meeting is going to be July 14th, 2026.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, July 14th.
motion.
Yep.
Do something.
It's the pleasure of the board.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We'll see you at the next meeting, July 14th.